And I know you're gonna hate me for saying this. I want to pray for y'all in the comments. I'm a maniac. I know that sounds crazy, but I swear it helps.
Count 1, 2, 3, and don't you stop the music, get into it. Won't you dance with me? Find a place and lose it. You can do it. Won't you dance with me? Move your down now, we let it go. Sunset high and I'm ready to go.
Hey y'all, what is up? It is Marissa Nicole and welcome back to my channel. Some of you may know me as my drifting desk where I help you conquer college, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today as we conquer your 8 a.m.s. Now thankfully I am a graduating senior and I no longer have to take 8 a.m.s. I honestly don't remember the last time I took an 8 a.m. I want to say it was probably my sophomore or junior year, maybe. Definitely not last year and definitely not this year, and I am grateful for that because an 8 a.m. in college is nothing like high school, like getting up at 6 a.m. or just like it's just a whole nother time zone. You're in a different reality almost. I never want to do that again. But unfortunately for you guys, obviously you're here because you're taking 8 a.m.s, or maybe you're going to, or you're wanting to know if you have to, how do you conquer them, or how do you even just survive 8 a.m.s. And so I wanted to give you my tips, the best things that helped me either get up on time, be ready on time, be awake for my 8 a.m.s, because that in and of itself is a challenge, let alone passing the class. We're just like, do you go to your 8 a.m.? That's what we're gonna try to do today. Now at the end of every month, I ask you guys on my Instagram what you guys want to see for the next month from me on my channel. And so this video was suggested by Carly because she wanted me to give her all of the college tips, and I thought what better way to start than with 8 a.m. So I'm hoping this video is helpful, Carly, and to all of you guys for conquering your 8 a.m.s, because I'm sure you're gonna take at least one in your college career, and I'm already sorry for that. Before we dive on into the video, please consider subscribing down below and turning on your post notifications, that way you never miss a video. And like I said, I always ask you guys for recommendations and interact with you guys on my Instagram, so you should definitely be following me over there, and I will link that down below in the description box as well. So basically this video is going to be broken down into 8 things you should do before your 8 a.m. or for your 8 a.m., conquering your 8 a.m. classes, all that good stuff. I'm going to give you my top 8 things, and then I'm also just going to give you some generic tips for scheduling classes or scheduling those 8 a.m. classes. So let's start with the meat of the video, the 8 things that you should be doing before your 8 a.m. And to even break that down further, there's 4 things that I do every night before my 8 a.m. and then 4 things that I would do every morning before my 8 a.m. Of course, there's probably tons and tons of other things, but just to make it simple, these are my top 8 things, 4 to do the night before, 4 in the morning of, and I made it to my 8 a.m. and passed those classes, so hopefully this is helpful for you. The first thing that I would do when I got home from classes or when I was starting my like night routine, getting ready for bed kind of thing, I would always check my planner, definitely making sure that I was completing homework that was due in that 8 a.m. class, because of course you don't have any time to do it in the morning. I would make sure that is completed. I know what's going on in my planner for tomorrow, so I'm like prepared for the day ahead. I just like to be prepared, so I always checked my planner the night before, made sure all my homework was done, anything that I needed to bring with me to class or do before class, all of that is done the night before, because obviously you don't want to wake up earlier than you have to do the homework in the morning. Just do it the night before. After I take a look at my planner and know what's coming the next day, basically I would prepare for the next day or pack or organize for the next day, because I'm a maniac and I do that kind of stuff. So for me, I always packed my book bag the night before, making sure that I have all of my textbooks, notebooks, folders, whatever I needed for the classes the next day. It's already in there because again, I don't want to do it in the morning. I would also pack if I needed to a lunch or a snack or whatever, have that ready to just grab and go in the morning. I would also set out my clothes for the next day because that was a huge time saver for me. Instead of standing in my closet trying to figure out what to wear, and especially if you're living in the dorms with a roommate, you don't want to turn on all the lights in the dorm to try to figure out your outfit. Just set it out the night before, fold it up on your desk. That way in the morning you grab it, go in the bathroom, and you change. And it's so simple, and it saves you a bunch of time and just like headache and things to think about at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Now that's the main stuff to prepare for, but I would also make sure that I'm prepared for anything else that again I had planned in my planner. So if I have any meetings, I have those notes or notebooks in my book bag ready to go. If I was planning on going to the gym tomorrow, I also put a pair of gym clothes in my book bag. Like all of that is ready. I'm basically prepared for the day the night before, so I don't have to do anything in the morning. I don't forget anything. Everything's completed, and that is probably one of the biggest game changers for me, was just completely being ready for my day the night before whenever I had 8 a.m.s. One, just started my day off like stress-free, rush-free. I wasn't like frantic running around. I got more sleep. All of that helped me a ton. Now number 3 for my like night routine is kind of also the same for 3 in the morning routine. It just depends on the kind of person you are, but if you're wanting to save as much time as you can in the morning, if you're just absolutely not a morning person at all, I would recommend taking a shower the night before. So again, you don't have to do that in the morning. You don't have to wait in line if you possibly have to for other people who have 8 a.m.s to shower in the morning. Just take a shower the night before, get all comfy cozy, wash your hair. If you want to braid it up to have some cute curls in the next day, whatever you want to do, just shower and get yourself clean the night before. If you're like me and you're not a night shower, I would still recommend recommend doing something every night to get your mind and body ready for bed. And I am a psychology major, so there is some psychology intertwined in this, but basically if you have cues for your body will start to be ready for the next thing coming. So for example, have you ever had the feeling, I might sound dumb saying this, but I know it happens to me all the time, where you like really have to pee, but you know, you're like, I can hold it, it's fine, but the closer and closer you get to the house, you're like, wow, I'm going to pee my pants. And it's literally just because those cues, you're like, I'm almost there, and then your body doesn't want to wait anymore. I know that's like a stupid example, but it's one of the first ones that came into my mind right now. But it's the same thing at night. So for me, I have like a night routine that I do. Again, even just like checking my planner and packing my bag is something that I do before I go to bed. If you shower, that's a thing. If I want to brush my cat before I go to bed, I have something that I do every night, because once I start that thing, it's a cue. It'll take a while to become a cue, but it'll be a cue for my brain that's like, oh, she's getting ready for bed. We're gonna go to bed soon. So that way you don't hop into bed and you're not awake until 2 a.m. trying to get tired and trying to fall asleep. You start that routine early so your mind has time to get ready for bed, if that makes sense. My last tip for the night before your 8 a.m. would be to go to bed on time. It helps so much for waking up in the morning. At least for me, I need my 8 hours of sleep every night. If I don't, I'm a walking zombie and I'm just not productive at all. So I will make sure that when I had 8 a.m.s, typically I would wake up around 6:45 to 7 a.m., leave my dorm around 7:30 to get to my 8 a.m. on time. So if I wake up at 7, I'm getting into bed around 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest, because that gives my body, you know, an hour or a half hour to get tired and get ready to go to bed by 11. So that way I'm getting my full 8 hours of sleep every night. And that was my schedule and I stuck to it. So you have to have self-discipline with that. But I would definitely recommend getting your full 8 hours or getting on a sleep schedule, because it helps you wake up that early in the morning for your 8 a.m. Now for me, my 8 a.m.s were usually like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like I had them every day. So my sleep schedule was normal. But if you only have an 8 a.m., maybe Tuesday, Thursday, I would still, and I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but I would still recommend waking up at the same time every day, because that kind of circadian rhythm, another psychology thing, is helpful for your body to wake up and be ready and just go to bed. Like staying on a routine is so important for your body, and it's so helpful that for me, I wake up at 7:30 every day. Sometimes I don't need to be up that early, and sometimes I do, and if I don't, I still get up anyways, and I'm just productive, and it's helped me so much, and I highly suggest trying it out to see if that helps you with your 8 a.m.s at all. So now that we have like gotten ready the night before, we're about to go to bed for our 8 a.m. in the morning, you wake up, now what? What should you be doing to, I guess, get to your 8 a.m. on time or get ready for your 8 a.m.? And I have 4 more things that I would always do in the next morning. The first being to set an alarm, and maybe multiple of them if you need multiple reminders, but set an alarm at least 20 minutes before you actually need to be up, just as like a buffer for yourself. Because again, I wake up at 7:30 every day. I don't really need to wake up until like 7:45, 8ish, but I set my alarm for 7:30. That way if I'm really tired in the morning, I can snooze it once, or you know, if I'm just feeling lazy, I'll wake up and scroll on my phone for maybe 10 or 15 minutes and then get up. But if I do that, I'm not late. I'm still okay on time. So I'd highly recommend just setting that alarm a little bit sooner than you normally would, just to give yourself a buffer of snoozing your alarm, or just giving you time to get up and not run around like a chicken with your head cut off. The second thing that I always do, I mean, this is like period, not even just for my 8 a.m.s, but if I'm not filming or like sleeping, I basically have music going all the time, because that helps me stay pumped up and stay awake and stay active and productive, and that just works for me. So maybe making a Spotify playlist of your favorite songs of like high upbeat energy, something that you would dance to at a party, something along those lines, and playing that when you wake up to help yourself wake up a little bit faster and in a good mood, because then you're not like forcing yourself to wake up and you're not grumpy, you're not angry. You know, my alarm will go off, I get up, I play music when I'm in the shower, and then I continue to play music as I get ready, make breakfast, whatever, and I'm just in a good mood. And that makes going to 8 a.m.s a little more bearable for me. Now my third one, like I said, is the same as the third one at night, just depends. Take a shower in the morning, take a shower at night, whatever. I recommend you shower just to smell good, but for me, I'm a morning shower, so I will get up and take a shower in the morning. That's just me. But if you want to shower at night to save yourself time, totally fine. I would still recommend washing your face or doing something along those lines in the morning to wake yourself up. So putting moisturizer on, doing something along those lines just helps your body wake up a little bit. To me, a shower helps me wake up, but if you don't want to take that much time, washing your face is something that you definitely should be doing, and it's super easy to do right before you brush your teeth in the bathroom. If you're completely extra, and I never ever did this, but you can of course get ready and, you know, curl your hair and do your makeup for your 8 a.m.s. Whatever helps you get out of bed and feel good and happy to go to your 8 a.m., do it. But for me, it's the bare minimum of at least showering and brushing my hair. And my last tip is super important before your 8 a.m., and that is to eat something, like eat breakfast, because I hated going to my 8 a.m.s if I woke up late or something and I didn't eat, and my stomach's growling throughout the whole thing and I'm tired and I go back to bed. If you eat a breakfast, especially like a nice nutrient rich breakfast, like it actually wakes you up, like it helps you stay awake. I make eggs and toast every morning and I'm ready to go. I couldn't do that in the dorm forms, of course, but typically I would stop at the cafes and get a muffin or a bagel, something along those lines, and just eat that. I needed something. So I would recommend eating before you go to class, even if it's just a snack, a Pop-Tart at least, but eat something, have something in your system. It helps you wake up, it helps you stay full and also just healthy. You know, like breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Eat breakfast before your 8 a.m.s. I promise it'll help. Just give it a try. So those are my top 8 like tips of things you should be doing before your 8 a.m.s to kind of help you get up or get ready or get there to your 8 a.m.s. But I also have a few recommendations or like pieces of advice for you when you're scheduling 8 a.m.s or just have 8 a.m.s in general. And one would be to schedule classes after your 8 a.m.s too. And I know that sounds crazy, but I swear it helps, and especially helps you get up, because if you have an 8 a.m. class till 8:55 and then you have a 9-10 class, whatever, you're more likely to get up in the morning because you have multiple things to do. There are some people that have 8 a.m. classes and they don't have another class until 11 a.m. It's so easy to sleep through that class, because if you sleep through it, you're not gonna miss another class. Like, your mind in the morning is like, it's fine, I'll skip my 8 a.m. and then get up and go to my 11. But if you're like, I'm gonna skip my 8 a.m. but I'll go to my 9 o'clock, it's like, you might as well just get up because it's only an hour away and you're more likely to go to your 8 a.m.s if you have more classes to go to afterwards. So maybe try that tip. I know I always did that. I always had like a jam-packed schedule in the morning, because if I was already gonna get up that early, I just wanted to get everything over with and then I could go home and sleep if I wanted to or do other things. But schedule more classes after your 8 a.m.s. I swear it sounds crazy, but it helps. If you have the option, try to take that 8 a.m. class in something that you're interested in, because of course getting up for a class that you hate is not gonna help you get up for that class. My 8 a.m.s were usually like Spanish for whatever reason, and that was the only time they offered it, and I hated it, because not that I hated Spanish, but I just can't learn another language at 8 a.m. I would much rather have like a psychology class at 8 a.m. because I enjoy psychology. So try to, if you have the choice, to schedule classes you like at 8 a.m. or again, schedule a class that you really like after your 8 a.m. so that way you'll get up for your 8 a.m. because you don't want to miss that next class that you actually like. Also, if you can, and I know this is hard, but if you can, schedule your 8 a.m. with another person that like is your friend or one of your sorority sisters or whatever. Have someone keep you accountable and you can keep them accountable, because that way you both go to class, you can wake them up in the morning, you guys can walk together, it helps you stay awake and you're talking, and it's just more fun to take classes with friends if you can. And my last piece of advice would basically be to avoid 8 a.m.s at all costs if you possibly can. I know that it's almost near impossible. You're at least gonna take one in your college career. If you don't, I'll be very surprised and very jealous. Just don't schedule them unless you have to. And if you do, I'm hoping these tips are helpful, and I'm hoping you go to your 8 a.m.s and you stay accountable. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. And while you're at it, comment down below and let me know if you are taking any 8 a.m. classes this semester and what they're in. Let me know. I want to pray for y'all in the comments for this semester. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Downtown we let it go. Sunset